Hi guys, this is Trisha, Alina, and Nirvana with PrettyLosers.com, and today we are talking about weight loss surgery. Is it for you? How overweight do you need to be before you get it? And just before we start our discussion, this is just what we think. None of us are doctors. We do not do surgeries. We have not been to medical school, so you can take our advice or you cannot. And I have not personally had this surgery, but I am considering it. And both ladies here have had gastric
RN1.
bypass. But if I were to do the surgery, I would probably have the sleeve. So, with that being said, we're going to start a discussion. It's just something that we've been talking about lately, and why not record it? So, all right, Lena and Nirvana. Nirvana, do you want to start us off?
Sure. I was reading a lot of Facebook messages on the gastric bypass forum about since that lady died yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, but a lady had just gotten gastric bypass like maybe a month or so ago, or like I can't remember. I wish I had it up in front of me. I had it earlier, but she actually died of a heart attack after having gastric bypass, and she didn't take her vitamins, and you can't do that. You just I'm just going to come out and tell you that right now, like you have to take your vitamins. They build up in your system. It's not like you can just have the surgery and it's magical, you're all better, because it does not work this way.
Where did she live?
Let me actually, Lena, why don't you talk for a minute and I'll actually find the thing for us.
Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about, because I commented on another post that young lady put because of her vitamins. This lady passed away about 2 months ago, I believe. And she had only been out, I believe, less than a year or about a year or so out of RNY, I believe. A lot of people started looking into the whole vitamin deficiencies and everything, and somebody had posted something about that one of the side effects of one of the low vitamins was having a heart attack. I don't remember if it was B12 or B12, I believe. I don't remember very clearly, but they did say that they seen studies that when you lack, certain vitamins or whatever, that you can have a heart attack. They don't have, I haven't seen any updates on that, because I guess they were trying to find out, the real cause why she, if it was just a regular heart attack or if it was anything that had to do with gastric bypass. And as of last night, I only went online for a little, and as of last night, the last thing that I seen, the young lady which started this whole conversation had went to sleep, and not a lot of people knew about her. I guess she was like me, that hardly doesn't go online and stuff. But like I said, she passed, I believe, 2 months ago.
Yeah, in July.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she did, and I don't know why it took so long for people to get up in an uproar about this, but there are countless people who are like, I don't know if surgery is going to be right for me now that I see people can die from it, and it's sparking a lot of attention, and that's a problem. It's a problem because people are taking one negative out of the countless millions of positives that can come out of having a surgery like this. Yes, people do die, but people die every single solitary day. I mean, shit, my brother died from obesity. My grandmother died from obesity. My grandfather died from obesity. My father died from a heart attack, and he was like 175 pounds. People are going to die. But the main factor of people dying is that it wasn't just the fact that she died because she had gastric bypass. She could have had a heart attack whether she had gastric bypass or not.
Exactly.
When it's your time, people, it's your fucking time. I'm sorry. When the clock shows, you know, it's time to go home. It's time to go home whether you've had gastric bypass or not. Like, that's just plain and damn simple.
I think what people are in an uproar of is if maybe she had maybe known more about her vitamins, or maybe if she didn't have money to go buy her vitamins or whatever. So what they're upset about is if she maybe had taken her vitamins, would she be alive today?
You know what? You know what? There's people on there that started freaking out about that. I was, you know, messaging, not, you know, putting comments on there for a couple of minutes, and there was one lady that times have changed. Times have changed. If you talk to somebody that had a gastric bypass 10, 13 years ago, totally different. So one of the ladies on there had got gastric bypass 10 plus years, I believe, and she says she's never taken calcium. You know, they never told her to take calcium back then. Times change. You find out new things. What we're taking now, I bet you it'll be in a couple years, it's going to be totally different. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if she passed away from a heart attack, maybe it had something to do with her not taking her vitamins. Most likely, I doubt it. To tell you the truth, a year, I really doubt it. I really doubt it. You know, there's so many people out there that don't take their vitamins for a long time, knowing they have to and are okay, and then it catches up to them. Then we have these people, like I said, back then, they had surgery that they didn't have to take all of these vitamins and stuff. There's somebody in one of my support groups that had surgery, like, I forgot how many years ago, but it's not 10. It's probably 5, 6 years ago, or even less than that. And they just told them to take multivitamins like a Flintstone or whatever, you know? So, you know, if you don't stay in the loop and find out all these new things, all this new information, then you're just doing what you did back then. And there's new things that come out every day. They find out new things. They find out, you know, new deficiencies that people with gastric bypass have and everything. So if you think about it, if these people, you know, haven't taken all these vitamins and they've been out 10 plus years and they haven't died, you know, they're probably deficient of some stuff, but they're alive. So it's, you know, it's just starting to scare all these people, you know, that they might have a heart attack, you know, if they don't have the money to take their vitamins for 2 weeks. You know, I'm going to die because I don't have my vitamins for those 2 weeks. That ain't going to happen. Not in 2 weeks. Not in 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
What about these women who, I don't know who y'all follow on Facebook, but there's a girl that I follow who was like around 600 pounds, and then she's lost over 300 pounds in a year.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Like, what, I mean, first off, is that healthy? I mean, second of all, it is, you know, I mean, yeah, I can't say, you know, I'm very, 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 very heavy. But it's like, if I lost 300 plus pounds in a year, it's like, yeah, I'd be excited because that weight's gone. But at the same time, I think I'd be like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Like, is there something wrong? Is that normal?
It depends. It all depends. We have the people that lose weight. Okay. I'm glad you brought this up. Okay. So they always tell you do not compare yourself to anybody. Okay. So before I even thought of having weight loss surgery, for some reason I started looking into it and just liked watching the information, you know. And then once I started, you know, thinking about it and everything, I started comparing myself, and I started saying, okay, this one weighed this much, and this one weighed this much, and this one weighed this much. They're around my weight. They're each losing this much, so I should be losing this much, okay? So there I go having my weight loss surgery, and I'm losing a third of what they lost. That's a slap in the face. Like, am I doing something wrong? You know, is this not working for me? Everybody's body is different.
Mhm.
You know, everybody's body is different. You know, in the beginning, I was bummed. I was like, something's wrong. This ain't working, blah, blah, blah. Now, you know what? I'm happy with what I'm losing. I just have to, I have to, I have to accept it. Okay. Because
Difference between losing 15 pounds a month versus losing 300 pounds a year.
right. But you have to think about it. You know, again, everybody's body is different. And then she was so, you know, heavy that you do lose your weight really fast when you're so heavy. And that's what they told me. So I was thinking, hey, I'm going to lose like 20 pounds a month. It ain't happening. But they also told me, well, honey, you did lose 103 pounds before you had your weight loss surgery, and you lost that in less than a year. So you had a head start. So, you know, all that depends. You know, if I was to lose the 300 pounds in that year, oh, I would be a happy camper. I would be so happy. But I just wonder, is she feeling okay? Like, does she feel good, or does she feel weak? Or, you know, because if she feels fine, then, you know, that's what these surgeries are for you to lose the rapid weight in the first year and a half, because after that, it slows down. You know, some people stop, you know, some people are like bam, bam, bam the first year. And once like a little alarm on your body, once that year hits, it's like, okay, now I'm only losing a pound a week. Now I'm only losing 4 pounds a month, 3 pounds a month. You know, you don't know what your body's going to do. My body just doesn't like to lose more than 3 pounds a week. It just does not. I had a 7.5 pound weight loss about 3 weeks ago, and it was like, yeah, you know what now, bitch? You ain't gonna lose weight next week. That's what happened. I lost like half a pound. Like, seriously, I think my body just lost it just for me not to cry. You know? So everybody's weight loss is different. And, you know, I don't know, this, like Nirvana said, this one girl that posted this about the lady, like, just started a blah about vitamins and people wondering should they get surgery now and everything. It's scaring people, and it's not. The vitamins are very important. You need to take your vitamins every day. But if you do not take your vitamins for a couple of weeks, you're not going to die. You're not. You're going to have deficiencies, and iron is one of them it's the hardest to, like, get raised back up and stuff. But look into it a little furthermore. Don't let something like this scare you for you not to have surgery if you really need to have surgery. You know, if you're overweight like I am that needed it, okay. I was really freaked out before I had my surgery. You know, I ended up sending a message or posting a message, and Mama Rose sent me a message, call me. And she was like, what's up? What's wrong? So I like bawled, and I was like, Mom, I'm so scared. Da, 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 da. She made me open up my eyes. Okay, yes, you could die on the table. Yes, you could die from complications. Yes, you could die from this. Yes, you could die from that. Okay, but if I wouldn't have had the surgery, yes, I could have got diabetes and had complications. Yes, I could have died from a heart attack. Yes, I could have died from, you know, it's the same thing. Like Nirvana said, we're going to die of something, you know, as messed up as it sounds. You know, I had to realize, you know, I had to stop and realize that, okay, I either have the surgery and try to widen my life a little longer and hope to God I don't have, you know, the consequences or the side effects, or live my life as a super morbidly obese person and see how far that's going to take me. I could be one of the lucky ones that live till I'm 80 something as a, you know, super morbidly obese person, or I could die next year from it, or next week from it, or tomorrow from it. You know, you just got to think what you want, you know, what you want in life, and if you want to take the risk, you know. Just people need to really look into the surgery, you know, and find out all your information and everything, and jot down the good and the bad. And there's more good than there is bad. If you guys follow Nirvana, you've seen the video she posted yesterday with her clothes, you know, really, just like she said, you know, I'm pretty sure sometime, maybe not now, but maybe in the beginning when she was having her complications, maybe she regretted it, you know? But now, do you regret it, Nirvana?
No. even even in the very beginning when I was in and out of the hospital all the time, I mean all the time with strictures and, dehydration, I wasn't even able to get down 20 ounces of water. Like I couldn't, like they were offering to put, IVs in my feet, in my legs to try to find a vein.
Oh, wow.
They were sticking me, I have pictures, like I have it documented on my Facebook where they were sticking me 8, 9, 10, 12 times trying to find a vein because I was so dehydrated.
So dehydrated.
And I can tell you right now, and it gives me goosebumps to tell you that I have never said that this wasn't completely a lifesaver for me, even though I had to go through all of that bullshit. All the surgery I had to get, it took me 16 days before I could stand up straight after my surgery, to where I could go to the bathroom by myself. After everything that happened to me, plus having my gallbladder removed, I have never once said, I hate this was horrible. No. Because the only other thing that I had to look forward to if I didn't would have been a box.
A custom-made one.
And I haven't really told, like, I've told my close friends, but, like, to be buried when you are so big, you have to have a custom-made casket. A custom-made casket, okay, caskets are usually between, $3,000 to $5,000, and that's on the cheap end. So imagine if you had to have it custom-made big enough. Then you have to have 2 plots, not one. You have to get 2 plots to fit you. Yeah. So most people think, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and get cremated. It'll save my family a lot of money. No, it doesn't, because you're still going to have to get a custom box put in, and you have to be chopped into pieces. Your family is going to have to sign paperwork to have you chopped into pieces to fit in a fucking box. Is that what you really want? I mean, is that what, I can lie on the table and I'll have some complications, or I can keep gaining weight, have a heart attack, and then my family needs to chop me into pieces so I'll fit in a box. No. That was not the life I wanted for me. That is not the life I was here to have. That is not the life I'm going to allow myself to have. That is not what I'm allowing my husband to sign a piece of paper saying it's okay to chop me into pieces or to buy 4 or 5 different plots to fit me. It's not what I'm doing. It's not why I'm here. Not letting my mom bury another child is not happening. So when people ask me if it's something I want to do for myself, did I make the right decision to have gastric bypass? I can tell you with every part of my soul, yes. This is what had to happen, or I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you now. End of my rant. Yeah,
sorry.
Follow that up, guys. Follow that.
I'm dying!
Sorry, I missed the last couple of seconds. I had to go close my window.
Yeah. I think, the more that I think about it, it's the route I was going before on my decision for the surgery wasn't the route that I needed to take. But the route that I'm on right now is the route that I need to be on. And, even after my consultation, and that's the first thing he said, my consultation was, this is a risky surgery, you could die. He tells everybody.
You could die going to the dentist and getting a cavity filled.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just, and he's like, I don't know what, my doctor was like, I don't know, I can't tell you, what your life is going to be without the surgery, but I can tell you have a better chance of living a longer life with this surgery. And I just think that, you have to find the doctor that works with you. You have to mesh. You have to, that's one thing. The doctor that I had found previously, I just didn't feel it. And it just didn't work. And I just felt in my heart of hearts that this was not the man to put my life into, his hands. And I don't know. I think I'm on the right route. And hopefully, if things go the way I plan them, I'll be, with you guys. But just a different surgery. I'm going to be in a different crowd.
No, you're not going to be in a different crowd. You're going to be with us.
Y'all still love me.
We just have an egg and you're going to have a banana.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Me too.
I'm alright with that.
Yep.
I like bananas.
I don't. But I'll like your banana.
We don't like bananas. That's why you can have a banana and we got eggs.
Yeah.
That
said, I don't like bananas as in the real banana, like the fruit, not the sleevers. Okay, don't think I'm saying I don't like the sleevers.
Well,
I don't like nanners.
I don't like sleevers either. I don't like it.
Whoa!
None of you don't like it. Nope. Don't have an egg. You're not for me. I don't even have any friends. I don't even like none of you.
She's lying.
Yes, I am.
She's lying.
Yes, I am. So another thing before we get off topic that I wanted to throw out there is a lot of people in the gastric bypass community want to get surgery, but they want to get surgery when they have 100 pounds or less to lose. Oh, it hurts me. If you don't have something horrifically wrong with you that can't be contained by exercise, diet, getting off your couch, not putting popcorn in it, your face. If you're unable to work out, let's say you've had total knee replacements, hip replacements, back is messed up, you've had car accidents, something is horrifically wrong with you where you can't get to a gym and lose weight on your own, then yes, I would say gastric bypass, the sleeve, the lap band may be your route to go.
Lap band.
Yeah, no lap band.
No lap band.
Well, I mean, a lot of people get lap band and they do well. I can't say you don't get. That's true. I know I follow quite a few people who have the lap band and are happy to do it. But sure. That's I don't feel like being stabbed every 2 to 6 months. But that's me. Like that when I asked about the lap band with my surgeon, he was like, lap band won't let you lose that much.
Yeah.
It's not going to let you lose the amount of weight that you need.
Plus, getting a port put in somebody as big as we were.
It'd be impossible. It would be impossible because the amount of fat that they would have to go through to take in and out for fills would be horrible.
Yeah.
So, having that said, surgery, in my opinion, and I'm not a medical professional. I'm going to throw this out there once again. In my opinion, should be a last resort. I feel that if you're going to get gastric bypass, lap band, or the sleeve, that it needs to be a very, very last resort. It needs to be to save your life, not because you want to fit in jeans before summer. Okay? Not because you want to fit a bikini, next summer when the summer comes along and you want to go out with your friends to Cancun. Gastric bypass, the lap band is not for that. Get your ass to the gym. You'll look better for it. I assure you. Because no amount of lifting weights is going to fix this. None of it. When you have gastric bypass, the sleeve, or lap band, the amount of weight that you lose is so fast that your skin loses all elasticity. So no matter how much I decide to work out my arms, I'll get muscle underneath here, but this isn't going anywhere. I have no choice but to get this cut off one day if I'm able.
Because you lost weight so fast.
Because the weight is lost so fast. Had I lost it more gradually, yes, I would have still had extra skin, but it would not look anywhere near this bad.
Yeah.
So again,
also, with that on commercials now, I don't know if you've seen them on TV, but it's like there's this really skinny woman, and she probably weighs under 100 pounds, and she's like meeting her friend for coffee, and she's like, her friend's like, oh, girl, you look great. I haven't seen you in like 3 months. And she's like, I have the gastric bypass, and I lost.
What?
And I'm like, next time I see that, I'm going to record it. And it's like, oh my God. Okay, so you're telling me that you weighed like 160, 70 pounds, and you went and had this crazy surgery just so you can look good in a bikini.
Yeah. No, there's people out there that are not even that heavy. Well, to me, to an average sized person that's 100 and something pounds, they might say differently. But there's other reasons too. A lot of people are getting the surgery because they can't have, they try to have their diabetes under control, and they just can't, so they end up having gastric bypass to fix that problem too.
Yeah, that's so completely different though. That's,
yeah. No, well, that's why I'm bringing it out here, just in case somebody's seeing this and they think we're talking about all these people that they shouldn't have got it because they were of a lower weight, that they could have lost their weight by themselves. But there's different reasons. That's one of them, because I know a couple people and follow a couple people that weren't that big, and they had weight loss surgery because their diabetes was out of control. You know what I mean? So there's different reasons for it. What we're just saying is, if you only have about 70 pounds to lose and you don't have diabetes, you don't have high blood pressure, you don't have high cholesterol, you're a healthy, chubby person, the best thing to do is get out there, work out, eat better, and lose it by yourself, because why would you want to add complications to your life? Because, like we were talking about earlier, weight loss surgery can have complications. Weight loss surgery can bring up stuff, but when it comes to me and Nirvana, we were so heavy that it's like, okay, which one would we rather have, kind of thing,
Because 60 for us was a drop in the bucket. Like, a lot of people don't understand that 60 pounds for somebody who's over 500 pounds or even 400 pounds is still a drop in the bucket. Like, it's not enough. I lost 60 before my surgery, and I was still massive. I was still, on the verge of diabetes. I still had heart problems. I still had high blood pressure. My cholesterol was crazy. I still had joint pain, and my back was killing me, and I was still in a freaking wheelchair, even 60 pounds down. So, I mean, 60 pounds to somebody who is super, super morbidly obese is nothing.
You probably can't even tell, much.
No, we
when
couldn't.
You lose 60 pounds.
My husband left in January. I had lost 60 pounds by, August? So, yeah, from January to August, and he was like, I can kind of see it around your face. But, like, as far as my body, 60 pounds was like, you did something? What?
Yeah.
That's how it was for me. That's how it was for me. I lost 103, 102.5 if we want to be exact. Before I had my weight loss surgery, I was still 407.5 the day of my surgery. 407 pounds. That is heavy. You know what I mean? And yes, I
know it's heavy.
103 pounds, you would think like, oh, I would be out, like, looking good. I didn't have many people telling me, girl, you lost hella weight. Mine was like, are you losing weight? Went to the person, they lose 100 pounds, like, dang, girl, what you do? Mine was all like, are you losing weight? There's something different about you. When you're so big, you could lose a big amount, and it's just like, yeah, we got to lose a lot for people to start noticing and be like, oh, wow, girl. We still have a long way to go.
I think a lot of the times what people don't understand is, like, once you're that big, the amount of weight you have to get off to be considered normal. Mine was 320 some odd pounds. I have to lose to be what the doctor considers normal from my highest is 320 some pounds. That's what I weigh now. That should tell you something. That's what I weigh now. I need to lose me. My entire body right now to get the goal. That makes no damn sense. But that's exactly how much I was told that I needed to weigh was 100.
At your highest.
At my highest, that I needed to be 180 to get goal, which I don't even think I'm going to get to that because I don't want to be that small, especially without any, arm or stomach surgery. But that 300 pounds is ridiculous. That's what, 2 normal-sized people? It's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight to get to goal. Where, so many lucky people, only have to lose like 150, and then I'm at goal. I'm goal now. I'm perfect. Just the way I am without skin surgery. Sometimes a lot of people don't get that lucky. Yeah. It just depends on your body. It depends on how fast you're going to lose, and I would always, always, always suggest trying to lose as much as you can on your own before seeking out somebody rearranging your insides, guys. I'm not joking. It's no bueno. It's no fun. It was not a good time. Like it's not a good time. And one thing I'm really sad about is like I see so many people get the surgery and they end up with feeding tubes for the rest of their lives. I mean, G-tubes and ports in your stomach and colostomy bags, not all surgeons will give you the perfect, outcome. It depends on your body. You can have bacterial infections. You can get infections in your stomach. You can get infections with, the esophagus. You can rupture your pouch. You can have gastroenteritis, which is where your stomach no longer works and no longer pushes the food into your intestines. Your intestines can get necrotic. It can go through your hernias, and you'll lose most of your intestines. I mean, having people play with your insides is not something to do lightly. Anything could happen. I can be fine today, and tomorrow I can be rushed to the hospital barfing up blood because there's something wrong. It's not something to be like, oh, well, I've seen so many people do great. Well, that doesn't mean that you will. Yeah. I'm terrified that, next year something might be wrong with me. You've got vitamins and, fat level and, BMI, and you've got, your joints to think about. It's not an easy subject. It really isn't, and it's something that you need to talk to a medical professional about, not just your friends, not just people on the internet, not just researching it on the internet. You need to talk to a medical professional and make sure that this is the right choice for you. And that's all I can really tell you. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, me and Nirvana, basically, it was our last resort. Being 500 plus pounds, yeah. My highest recorded was 5'10". Could have been higher than that. Don't know. Hated the scale before. Wouldn't go on it. Totally hated it. And, it may sound like we're anti-surgery from some things that we say, and we might sound the opposite from other things that we say. There's so much to it, There's so much to it. We just want to, make it clear that we think, okay, that it should be your last resort. Like there was some people telling me, well, if you lost 100 pounds by yourself before, why did you get surgery? You should have just kept going. It always seems like for the last, let's say, 15 years or so, or probably even more, I would lose 100 pounds, and that was it. Like, I never lost more than 100 pounds. It was always lose 100 pounds and then gain my weight back and gain a little bit more. Lose 100 pounds, gain my weight back and gain a little bit more. Lose 100 pounds. It was always seemed to be like the 100 mark, 102 pounds, 98 pounds, but never more than that. So yes, I did lose 103 pounds before that, but was I going to keep losing? I wasn't losing for these past years, so I was going to lose my 100 pounds. and then I was going to gain that back and some more. So what, I was going to be 525 pounds now, you know? So it was my last resort. I was pre-diabetic. I did that, got fixed.